been thinking more and more about the 5 stages of loss. I know we talked about it yesterday. Was it yesterday or last week? I forget. I lose track of time. But
You talked about last week and then covered a little bit about it yesterday.
yeah, yesterday it was just covering one particular chat participant that I saw regress through 2 stages at once, which I thought was quite amusing. But yeah, once the screenshot flashes up, I'll hopefully catch it and pause it while it's on screen. What are the 5 stages, if you can remember them off the top of my head? I think initially you've got denial, then you've got anger, then you've got bargaining, then you've got depression, then you've got acceptance. So those are your 5 stages. And denial is the most easy to describe. So someone who comes along to a video that's, let's say it's a reasonably complicated video. Let's say it's a complete dissection of the black swan. They'll come and they'll watch the first 25 seconds of the intro and write words to the effect of, "We know it's a sphere, you're all idiots." Ha ha. Enter. And then off they go with their day. Just pure denial, right? That's stage one. The second stage is the guy that comes to the same exact video and might watch for 10 minutes. And it gets to a point that sparks a bit of cognitive dissonance. Something doesn't quite function in the cognitive processing he's currently undergoing. And he gets very angry about that. And says, "You all need shutting down. I'm going to report this video." Anger. Right? And then we've got our bit. This is the mid stage, which is quite good in a way. People can go either way from here. So the mid stage is the bargaining stage, or to put it in our vernacular, the debate stage, right? Well, no, you're wrong. You can have gas pressure without a container. Check out my pipe. So the bargaining stage has some amusing byproducts, right? Because people caught in cognitive dissonance in the enlightenment stage, or partially way through the enlightenment stage, that their religion's a complete farce, you're going to come out with some complete corkers, right? Like, yeah, you can have gas pressure without a container. Check out my pipe with it pressing on the walls of this pipe. That's not a container. Little nuggets like that. Right, after bargaining, you've then got depression. Now, this is why it's so difficult to move past debate and move to the next stage in the 5 stages of loss on your journey of appreciation that you've been lied to about the nature of the world you live in. Occasionally we'll see it. I use this all the time because it's the best possible reference so far. Haunted house. If I'm watching this on the re-up with you and I'm in the chat, I will post a link to this video. I've posted it many times before, but conspiracy cats, who I quote all the time, quote, conspiracy cats, 2019. "Without the container, there can be no pressure." End quote. Wonderful, wonderful quote from someone on the Globe side of this argument. But in a kind of almost third-person kind of way, described how others might feel about realising that they've been lied to. That's how conspiracy cats tackled him airing his grievances and depression to Haunted House over the course of about 2.5 hours. It was brilliant. Anyway, obviously, you can move forward in these 5 stages. You can move back in these 5 stages. But at certain stages, a lot of the people who we're dealing with will reach the depression stage. Now, in many ways, that's not to be laughed at, because when they do reach the depression stage, that's not good. But on the other hand, we're generally dealing with the bargaining stage, so who cares? But you get to see it now and again. Obviously, I don't need to go into great detail about acceptance, right? Do I need to detail what acceptance means and what it entails in terms of your realisation that you're not on a flying, spinning space monkey ball in a sky vacuum? Do I need to explain what acceptance means in that regard? Anybody? Is that fairly self-explanatory?
I think it's redundant since all of us accepted it, and that's why we're on the show.
Yeah, but we've almost regressed in a way because we're here debating it. Now, while there's absolutely no uncertain terms for me about the nature of our reality, it's absolutely not a flying, spinning space monkey ball in a vacuum. It's just not. So it's not like I need to bargain about it because I think I'm going to be convinced again that it is a ball. I think it's a worthy topic of discussion to enlighten more people. In other words, there's going to be people on that path that have reached the bargaining stage and they want to bargain. So you're the same as, it's probably why you're so addicted to this 10th man, because you and I are both in sales for a lot of our careers, and that is essentially bargaining, isn't it? Give a little bit here, take a little there. You know what I mean? Well, that's bargaining, isn't it? Well, arguing about this subject, you've got to kind of, you are in a kind of negotiation with somebody who's in a state of cognitive dissonance, and it's figuring out how to negotiate with somebody who's a fundamentalist and also stuck in cognitive dissonance. So we're in quite a unique position to actually discuss this subject, because it does. I feel that the debate does enlighten people more if they can see their potential journey being played out by someone else who's already gone and done research, and then watch it get very quickly smashed by us. You know, that I think that is a useful tool. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't get masses of people telling me how they've been converted to my way of thinking, and I don't expect them to, but by the same token, I can only assume that as a teaching tool, the repetition that the debate offers, and the back and forth between a party that's obviously not in favour of our position in terms of the nature of reality and our declarations about the obvious and observable flat nature of our non-spinning world, I think that is going to educate people in a more efficient way. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just rose-tinted glasses for the debate.